I'm 82 years old, and most mornings I wake up to a quiet that feels heavier than it used to. Not peaceful, just quiet. The kind that reminds you there isn't much left to say to anyone, and no one waiting to hear it anyway. I'm telling this now because there isn't much time left to pretend I don't understand how I got here. I live alone, not in a dramatic way, just alone in the ordinary sense. One chair gets used, one cup, one plate. There was a time I liked that. I told myself it meant freedom. These days, it mostly means there's no one to notice if I'm slower getting up, or if the mail piles up, or if I don't feel like talking at all. I'm not telling this to be pitied. I've had a full life in many ways. I worked, I traveled, I loved people. I laughed a lot, actually. But there's a difference between having moments and having someone. I didn't understand that until the moments stopped coming so easily. When I was younger, I didn't think I was making a mistake. That part matters. I wasn't reckless. I wasn't cruel. I just believed there would always be more time, more chances, more people. I thought marriage was something you did when you were ready to stop living. I didn't feel ready, so I kept going the way I was. In my 20s, I was busy becoming someone. That's what we called it back then. I had a job that took my attention, friends who filled my weekends, and girlfriends who came into my life at the right times. Or at least that's how it felt. None of it seemed temporary. It just didn't seem permanent either. I liked being chosen without being tied to. I liked the excitement of newness. I liked that I could leave before things got heavy. When conversations turned serious, I learned how to change the subject. When questions came up about the future, I learned how to laugh them off. There were women who asked me, gently at first, what I wanted long term. I remember one of them asking me on a Sunday morning, while we were drinking coffee, if I ever thought about getting married. I told her I didn't want to rush something that big. I believed that. Or I wanted to. She didn't argue. She just nodded. A few months later, she was gone, not angry, just finished waiting. At the time, I told myself it was for the best. We wanted different things. That was true. I just didn't realize how often that would keep happening. In my 30s, I was doing well on paper. Better job, better apartment. I was the friend people thought had it figured out. I dated women who were smart, warm, interesting. Some of them would have made good wives. I know that now. Back then, I thought that meant I was lucky to have options. Marriage still felt like a narrowing, like choosing one path and closing off all the others. I wasn't afraid of love. I was afraid of finality. I didn't want to be the man who settled too early and spent his life wondering what he missed. So I kept choosing relationships that didn't demand too much. Or I turned serious ones into something lighter. I learned how to keep things just unfinished enough to escape without a scene. I wasn't proud of that, but I wasn't ashamed either. It felt normal. People around me started pairing off. Weddings became more frequent. I went to them. I smiled in the photos. I bought the gifts. I danced. Then I went home alone and told myself I'd do it when it felt right. When work slowed down, when I was sure. In my 40s, the conversations changed. Women weren't asking what I wanted someday. They were asking what I was waiting for. A few of them were honest enough to say they didn't have time to keep guessing. I admired them for that. I also let them go. I told myself marriage was a piece of paper, that commitment was about feeling, not structure. I said love didn't need labels. Those things sounded wise at the time. They sounded mature. What I didn't say was that labels make people stay when things get hard. And staying is where the real work happens. The cost didn't arrive all at once. That's the dangerous part. It came quietly. A birthday celebrated with friends instead of family. Holidays split between different houses, never anchored to one. Being the guest instead of the host. I missed small things without noticing. There was no one to remember the stories with me. No shared memory to say, "Do you remember when?" Every relationship reset the clock. New jokes, new habits, new explanations of who I was and where I came from. When my parents got older, I watched my siblings show up with their spouses. They had someone to talk to on the drive home, someone to debrief the hard days with. I drove back alone. I didn't envy them exactly. I just felt separate. The turning point didn't announce itself. It wasn't dramatic. It was a funeral, not mine. A woman I had loved years earlier. We'd lost touch, the way people do when life moves on. I stood at the back of the room and listened to her husband talk about their life together. The ordinary parts, the arguments, the routines, the years. I realized I knew a version of her that no longer existed. He knew the rest, all of it. I went home that day and felt something close to panic. Not because I wanted her back, because I realized there were entire lives happening without me in them. By the time I understood what I'd been avoiding, the window had narrowed. Dating changed. People came with histories that needed patience I wasn't used to offering. I still told myself I could meet someone and build something real. But I didn't have the same energy or the same urgency. There were chances I didn't take because they required too much adjustment, moving, compromising, letting someone see me when I was tired or irritable or unsure. I'd spent so long protecting my independence that I didn't know how to share space anymore. Now, at 82, what can't be fixed is simple. There is no shared past. No one who remembers my younger face the way I remember theirs. No one who watched me become who I am over decades. Just fragments scattered across different lives. I don't have children who call to check in. No grandchildren who ask the same questions over and over. When I think about the future, it's very short. Weeks, months, if I'm lucky. There's no one planning beyond that with me. I want to be honest with you, whoever is listening. I didn't fail at love. I delayed it until it became something I could no longer hold. I thought avoiding commitment would keep me free. What it really did was keep me unclaimed. If you're younger than I am, which you almost certainly are, I won't tell you what to do. I don't believe in that. I'll just tell you what I didn't understand. Love that stays is different from love that excites. It grows slowly. It asks more. It also gives more back than you expect, but only if you let it. There's a kind of loneliness that comes from being alone, and another that comes from never having built something that could outlast you. I have known both. The second one is quieter, but it's heavier. I don't regret the people I loved. I regret the life I never finished building with any of them. If this meant something to you, you can sit with it. That's enough. As for me, I'll finish this and make some tea. The day will pass the way it usually does, and that's all right. This is just the truth, finally spoken, before the quiet gets any louder.